What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. It is finally time to get on with the finale of this beautiful, wonderful masterpiece of a game, and I am very excited. However, we do have a couple things to take care of just before. So you'll know in the last couple episodes I was talking about how we likely won't reach the level cap, but I am actually interested in doing that. So if you take a look at our level here, we're at level 23. We are around 2000 XP, 1000 sorry, from level 24, and I do know that when you turn things into your allied supply crates, you do get XP. So in between episodes, I did go ahead and turn a bunch of that in, so we do already have stats for us. We're going to go ahead and hit this, hit that, and we are right there on our next level up, and we do, fortunately for us, have things to turn into not just the Dalish, but we can also give some coin to all Emons, man. So we're going to go ahead and give all our remaining elf root to the Dalish here. Again, if you would like to do this too, you just go to the Brazilian outskirts and buy unlimited elf roots from the Dalish merchant there. It's actually quite cheap too. For a full 99 stack, it's less than 1 sovereign, so you certainly won't be running out, especially if you followed my Let's Play so far and you've been doing the money making guide. Okay, so now you see we are completely done with the elf roots. Now we got another level up. So we'll go ahead and sink at this point 2 into willpower. I'll go ahead and put my next stat into 45 dexterity. I guess we'll go poison making at this point. There's not much left for us. And this is going to get us an achievement for, again, all the stats in the rogue tree. There we go, accomplished rogue. And if we take another look, we are now at 24 out of 25. And it, again, is only 13,500 XP until 25. So if we go a tab over to our money, we have 700 sovereigns. Now I'm not going to turn all of this in, but I am going to get us well on our way.
You'll have the best equipped force since, well, ever.
Alright, so now we're well above halfway to our final rank up, so now we are ready to head on out. We are going to mosey on over. It's time to bring all of our forces to bear. We've amassed everybody we could. With Loghain gone, the entirety of Ferelden stands ready and behind us, and their king, King Alistair.
Let's get started.
Let's pick our party for the final time. Of course, it's going to be Alistair, Wynne, and Morrigan. And we are going to head on over to Redcliffe Village. Now, this is not what we expected to see here in Redcliffe Village. Real fast, we of course have level ups for our companions too, so for Alistair, we are going to give him 2 willpower, give him 2 more strength, and let's top it off with 2 more dexterity for his defensive abilities. Now, down here, there isn't that much left that he needs. We'll get him his final shield talent, and beyond that, don't really need disengage or perfect striking, so we're going to get him mental fortress, which is going to give him bonus spell resistance. For Wynne, we're of course going to give her 50 magic, so she's at that threshold, and we'll get her 40 willpower. Plenty of things to spam at this point, so it won't go to waste. Now, mosey on down the line. I would have liked to have given her crushing prison, actually, so in fact, what we will do is we'll get her right there, and if we do get that final level in the last confrontation, it'd be good to go on that. Now, Morrigan, we're going to give you 40 willpower, and you're going to get 52 magic. Lots and lots of spell power for Morrigan. We are going to give her Inferno. We can micromanage it now that we've decided to do that. And beyond that, I think the only thing useful out of here is probably going to be a Contagious Hex inflicts penalties to cold resistance, electricity resistance. We'll take that because that might come in handy for the final encounter. Now, this is not the stay we expected to find Redcliffe in. Let's talk to the survivor here and see what's going on.
It's you, the Grey Warden. Andraste's mercy that you got here when you did. I thought for sure these monsters were going to get me.
What's happened? Where is everyone?
They all fled to the castle this morning, before the Darkspawn arrived. I thought I could make it to my home and back before they got here, but it took me too long to get down here. What a relief you arrived.
Are there more Darkspawn at the castle?
By now, yes. They'd have reached the castle walls. I'm going to get out of here before any more of those things arrive. Thank you again.
Okay, that sounds like there's a lot of trouble here. We're gonna go save the villagers. We didn't keep them alive during the undead from Connor just to let them die now, so let's go take care of this. The emissary's ass is gonna be mine real shortly. Good job, Alistair. It seems like we're not the only ones who brought all of our forces to bear. Archdemon seems like he's getting in on that too. He's gonna have a very bad day with that body. That's what we've been training for the whole game. Time to see what he's made of. Too late here for a knight and a peasant, it looks like. They'll be avenged. We gotta get down to this village. Again, I didn't save this village just to watch it burn. Not on our watch. See how good the Darkspawn hold up. What we are actually going to do here is I'm going to run into the center of all these. Rip a whirlwind. Beautiful high kill count there. Going to get us well on our way towards our achievement that we're looking for. Lots of instant kills on these Darkspawn. It's just low level gen locks and hurlocks. The ogre is going to be an interesting encounter. Alright, Alistair, hit a taunt. I hit a war cry. I'm gonna take a sip. Actually, don't need to anymore. My mages came in real big for me. There's the ogre. One more to take care of. Beautiful mass paralysis. A nice little hint on how much we're going to be dealing with here. You're going to get off my mages. You see the sheer numbers the Blight is going to be bringing to bear against us. I unfortunately walked into a glyph of paralysis. I don't actually see the emissary that cast that, but it's not going to be a problem. Our mages and Alistair are going to take plenty of care of that.
As you really suits you.
Now we can't check anywhere. I think we cleared the village, at least best we could. I'm not seeing any survivors. This looks really bad. The village is inaccessible. Hopefully they made it out. Eamon's pretty good tactically, and so is Tegan. I would imagine they managed to get a lot of people to the castle. The villager even said he was supposed to be there, but he came down to try and save something from his house ahead of the horde. They got here first. Now, this little sneak attack by a skirmish outfit of the horde would lend some credence to the fact that the Darkspawn aren't mindless zergs. There's some tactics there. Certainly caught Redcliffe off guard. We gotta get to the castle now. If we lose Eamon ahead of the fight, it's gonna take a huge dent to morale. We do not want him to not be able to fight next to his men. Leaders can definitely inspire, especially on the front lines with their soldiers. If you look to your left and you see your Arl or your King fighting on the front lines, you're gonna fight all the harder. If he can, why wouldn't you, right? Famously in history, a lot of generals did that, and there's a good reason why. Right, we're just gonna go straight up here and help these men. Deal with this alpha right off the bat. He's the problem here. Emissary next, you know the drill. You won't be casting anything. Okay, Win is in trouble here. Mind Blast is on cooldown, so we're actually just going to pull her back. Alistair's going to go take care of this. Queue up a war cry on him, we're going to knock all them down. Get some of the heat off Win. Can't afford to lose her. The Darkspawn won't be taking any more another way here.
Cursed creatures.
Ogre Alpha, eh? Let's get some. No, you won't be throwing that boulder at anybody. Beautiful mass paralysis. Actually grabbed us, but that won't be too bad of a problem. Morrigan's gonna heal us up. Alistair, if you can shield bash, or actually let's do assault. A lot of those shield abilities end in a stun if they connect. Beautiful. Thank you.
Let's get started.
Beautiful synergy.
My lord, you're here. Thank goodness.
What's happened here?
I don't rightly know. Riordan of the Grey Wardens arrived this morning, just ahead of the Darkspawn. I was told he has urgent news and to send out patrols to watch for your arrival. Then we were attacked.
Riordan? What's he doing here?
I don't rightly know. Things happened so fast, I only know he was scouting in the south before he arrived.
Take me inside. There must be no more delays.
I should take you to the hall right away, my lord. They'll be waiting for you there.
It's a relief to see you unharmed. And you as well, Alistair. Or should I say your majesty?
No, I wouldn't say that. Not yet, anyway.
The Darkspawn that attacked Redcliffe were relatively few in number, I'm afraid. It was assumed the Horde was marching in this direction, but that is not true.
Riordan tells us that the bulk of the Horde is in fact heading towards Denerim. They are perhaps 2 days away from the capital.
What? Are we sure about that? I mean, if that's true...
I ventured close enough to listen in, as it were. I am quite certain.
It's quite the move tactically by the Archdemon. He faked us out with an attack on Redcliffe while he sent the bulk of the Horde towards Denerim. There's no way our army's going to be able to catch up in time. Why did we think they were headed here?
The Darkspawn line is wide, and many of them roam away from the main Horde. Until now, most of them have been spotted here in the west.
Not to mention that we've been too busy killing each other to pay much attention to some silly old Darkspawn horde.
There is, I'm afraid, one other piece of news
Thank
that is
Logan
of
for that.
even greater concern. The Archdemon has shown itself. The dragon is at the head of the Horde.
Make her preserve us.
But we can't reach Denerim within 2 days, can we? It's too far.
We must begin a forced march to the capital immediately with what we have. Denerim must be defended at all costs.
The Archdemon is what's important.
And only the Grey Wardens can defeat the Archdemon. That is why we must go.
Then we march, and hope the army we've collected here gives us the chance we need. Al-Eamon, how long before the army can set out?
By daybreak.
Then let's get them ready. I won't let all those people die without giving them a chance.
Absolutely. Then we're off to war. Let's do it.
I will give the orders at once, and will notify you the moment we are ready to march.
That would be appreciated.
Then if you and Alistair could meet me before you retire, we have Grey Warden business to discuss.
I will have someone show you to your rooms. I suggest you all get some rest while you can. We will need it.
Yeah, we have a hell of a day ahead of us tomorrow. Suspect there won't be much peaceful sleep tonight. Especially not with a Darkspawn incursion next to us like that. We have Grey Warden equipment here. Ah, I see what this is. This is from the mod. This is going to give you the highest tier stuff if you haven't gotten it just yet. We'll go ahead and take it.
And now Denerim is under assault by the Darkspawn. The death toll will be... staggering. I wish you luck, Grey Warden, for all our sakes.
We'll certainly do whatever we can about that.
Marrying Alistair to Honora would not have been my first choice. Still, it does keep the Therin bloodline alive, and Honora is a fine ruler. So I suppose I owe you thanks, Warden. All of Ferelden does.
Don't thank me just yet. Shouldn't Alistair be staying here?
He insists on going. How can I say no? I am uneasy with the danger he puts himself in by accompanying you. I ask myself if he does not conspire to leave the throne to Honora after all. But Alistair knows his duty. He will do what is best. Right now, he believes that is assisting you in contacting your allies.
That is very true.
We have sent messengers to Orlais. With any luck, the Empress will send us help within a week.
A week is way too long.
I think it entirely possible, however, that she has written Ferelden off as a lost cause already, and will seek to defend her empire first. Perhaps the Grey Wardens of Orlais will be able to march and reach us in time. We should not rely on their arrival, even so.
Yeah, Alistair is to be respected for still going on the front lines, a king fighting with his men. But it is important to remember that he is a Grey Warden first. Wardens leave behind all claims to title. It's just an exception because he's a Therin, but still, he is still a Grey Warden first.
And what word have we from Orzammar? Has House Claret sent their men or haven't they?
They're stalling, which is as good as a no.
House Claret's feud with House Romald has flared up again since their son died in that Deep Roads business. So naturally they're pleading the need for self-defense.
Huh. Fine time to start with that nonsense again. I've half a mind to... Evening to you, Grey Warden. I didn't realize you were still up and about.
Is there a problem with the Dwarven forces?
Nothing that can be dealt with now, I'm afraid. Just one of the houses being thicker than the stone that made them.
Once all of this blight business is done, there will be a reckoning in the Assembly.
They're probably half hoping we'll all wind up dead. That way they'll have one of the strongest forces left in Orzammar.
Enough to face the Darkspawn all on their own, I suppose? That's exactly the kind of half-arse thinking that got us into the mess after Endrin passed.
It was our good fortune that you decided to go to Orzammar when you did, Grey Warden. For all that a surfacer needed our help, I expect we needed yours more.
No, these dwarves have a very good finger on the pulse. They understand. You have the dwarves back home making the political play that if the dwarves take enough casualties up top, then they'll be the lead house in Orzammar. That's not going to shine very kindly on them when they go back victorious. Shouldn't you all be resting?
Resting? Who can rest after the march we had just getting here? You tall races have it so easy.
That and we're kept up thinking about the coming battle.
Are things truly that desperate? Do we stand a chance of losing?
We will find a way to win. We must.
I hope you're right. Under the open sky is a terrible place to consider dying, that's for sure.
Right. Off to camp with both of you, and keep the drunkenness to a minimum. We have a long way to go yet. Pleasant evening to you, Grey Warden, and good fortune on the field of battle.
And the Dwarven commander here seems like a very solid leader. Good to have him on site. Now, we have actually already been up here to these Warden quarters. If you remember when we did the Redcliffe arc with Connor, we did come up here briefly. I didn't go too far because I didn't want to set off the main quest line, but...
Let's go see what Riordan has to say.
We have been up here before. Indeed, we will go see what Riordan has to say. It sounded very important, and doesn't bode well that he wanted to discuss it in private.
You're both here. Good. You're new to the Grey Wardens, and you may not have been told how an Archdemon is slain. I need to know if that is so.
You mean there's more to it than just, say, chopping off its head?
So it is true. Duncan had not yet told you. I had simply assumed. Tell me, have you ever wondered why the Grey Wardens are needed to defeat the Darkspawn?
I have wondered that, yes.
The Archdemon may be slain, as any other Darkspawn, but should any other than a Grey Warden do the slaying, it will not be enough. The essence of the beast will pass through the Taint to the nearest Darkspawn and will be reborn anew in that body. The dragon is thus all but immortal. But if the Archdemon is slain by a Grey Warden, its essence travels into the Grey Warden instead.
And what happens to the Grey Warden?
A Darkspawn is an empty, soulless vessel, but a Grey Warden is not. The essence of the Archdemon is destroyed, and so is the Grey Warden.
Meaning the Grey Warden who kills the Archdemon dies?
Yes. Without the Archdemon, the Blight ends. It is the only way.
I suppose that's why you never get to hear from the heroes that have ended the Blights. They just pass into legend, and the legends always say that the Warden that killed them died fighting. That's not actually the truth. It seems the soul of the Warden kind of counteracts the soul of the Archdemon, and they're both destroyed in the clash. Is there no other way? Must a Grey Warden die?
As far as we know, the transfer of the Archdemon's essence is automatic. If one of us is not present when the killing blow is made, it is all for nothing. There is no other way. For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
There's zero need to apologize. Why is this such a secret? Why doesn't everyone know this?
We keep it secret for the same reason the joining is kept secret. Who would become a Grey Warden if they knew the end that might await them? And yet there must be Grey Wardens. Without us, there is no hope.
And that is a catch-22, I suppose. If you tell people that the reason a Warden is needed is because the killing blow kills the Warden, there would of course be less Wardens. However, if people did know that it was absolutely necessary under every circumstance that a Grey Warden destroys the Archdemon, it can't just be slain by regular means, the Wardens might get a little more assistance and more leniency. I guess ultimately they valued the number of recruits versus the quality. I think it's probably for the best ultimately, but I'm sure there are still plenty of heroes that would sign up and give it all for the world, right? If it's you die or your country dies, I know a lot of people would pick themselves. So it's up to the three of us to kill this thing.
In Blight's past, when the time came, the eldest of the Grey Wardens would decide which amongst them would take that final blow. If possible, the final blow should be mine to make. I am the eldest, and the taint will not spare me much longer. But if I fail, the deed falls on you. The Blight must be stopped now, or it will destroy all of Ferelden before the rest of the Grey Wardens can assemble. Remember that. But enough. There will be much to do tomorrow, and little enough time to rest before it. I will let you return to your rooms.
I will see you once the army is ready to march, then. I guess this ends soon. One way or another.
That it does, my friend. That it does.
Now, of course, there's really only two options to take the final blow against the Warden. Against the Archdemon, excuse me. It's certainly not going to be Alistair. Alistair is king, so it really comes down to me and Riordan.
You should get some sleep before morning. There will be much to do when the army marches.
Indeed. Now where did Alistair head off to? Perhaps in his quarters down here.
Right.
We just learned a hell of a lot, Alistair.
Ask away. Of course.
Yeah, he has no comments. Alright, well, with that all being said, there's not much left to do except turn in for the night. The stakes just got even higher, especially since the King of Ferelden will be on the field.
Do not be alarmed. It is only I.
Morrigan, is everything alright?
I am well. 'Tis you who are in danger. I have a plan, you see. A way out. The loop in your hole. I know what happens when the Archdemon dies. I know a Grey Warden must be sacrificed, and that sacrifice could be you. I have come to tell you that this does not need to be.
Does not need to be? What do you mean? And how do you know about this?
I know a great many things. How I know is not quite as important as what I am offering you, however. I offer a way out. A way out for all the Grey Wardens, that there need be no sacrifice. A ritual. Performed on the eve of battle, in the dark of night.
This is very interesting that she even knows this. This is all being presented very out of order. Nothing comes without a price.
Perhaps, but that price need not be so unbearable, especially if there is much to be gained. All I ask is that you listen to what I have to offer, nothing more.
Very well. What is your plan?
What I propose is this. Lay with me, here tonight, and from our joining, a child will be conceived. The child will bear the taint, and when the Archdemon is slain, its essence will seek the child like a beacon. At this early stage, the child can absorb that essence and not perish. The Archdemon is still destroyed with no Grey Warden dying in the process.
You want to have my child?
Think about what I offer you. The chance to avoid death. Or better yet, the chance to slay the Archdemon and live as a hero. No Grey Warden has ever done this. In return, I conceive a child. One who will be born with the soul of an old god. After this is done, you allow me to walk away. And you do not follow. Ever. The child will be mine to raise as I wish.
How do you even know this will work?
This is what my mother intended when she sent me with you. She was the one who first gave me this ritual and told me of what I was meant to do. This does not surprise you, does it? Did you not wonder why Flemeth saved your life? Why she aided you? This is why. What is important is that I am offering this to you now. It will work, and it will save your life.
I'm not surprised that Flemeth had an ulterior motive. She does for everything that she does in this world, but what I am confused about is if you knew that from the jump, then why get us to kill her after the fact? Is this why you've been so friendly to me?
Caring for you, as I've come to? That was not part of the plan. But I cannot let what I feel interfere with what I must do. This is important to me. The fact that it may save your life makes me all the more determined to see it done. Please, do not cloud the issue. If you feel anything for me, then accept that it will make what we must do that much easier.
Wait, I want to know more about the child.
As you wish.
The child won't be hurt, will it?
Ignoring that after but one night it could barely be called a child, no, it will not be hurt. It will be changed.
Will the child be evil? What will it become?
Allow me to say that what I seek is the essence of the old god that once was, and not the dark forces that corrupted it. Some things are worth preserving in this world. Make of that what you will.
So the Archdemon still dies, which means we do get to still defeat the Darkspawn. What do you intend to do with this child?
I do not wish to tell you.
I insist. I need to know what you plan.
The child will represent freedom. For an ancient power, a chance to be reborn apart from the taint. Is that not reason enough to do it? I will raise the child apart from the rest of society and teach it to respect that from which it came. Beyond that, you need know nothing else.
That I at least believe you would be good at. You certainly would be a better mother than Flemeth. This is going to be my child. Will I ever see it?
No, you never will. This is all I ask in return for freeing you from the burden the Grey Wardens have placed upon you.
I see. Enough about the child, then.
Then you have decided?
Now, we have lots to consider here. On the one hand, we don't know what this ritual is, and it was Flemeth's plan from the jump, so Lord knows what kind of shady things were going on there. On the flip side of that, Flemeth is now dead, so ultimately what she was planning to do with this doesn't really matter, does it? She's not here anymore. Morrigan certainly has some genuine feelings for us. You see the walls start to break down every time it comes to a pivotal moment. I do believe she genuinely cares about us here, which is likely why she's extra convinced in doing this. I would prefer that nobody has to die, if possible. Now, this is not only us on the line, okay? If it was guaranteed that we would get the final blow and nothing could happen to Riordan or to Alistair, then maybe I'd look at this a little differently, but the Archdemon dying, the soul seeks the child. It doesn't have to be us that takes the killing blow, which means if Alistair is in a situation where he needs to take the final blow if me and Riordan fall, then Alistair has a free pass with complete safety to kill the Archdemon and not fall, which means Ferelden doesn't lose its king. That alone would be enough for me to take this deal. We can deal with Morrigan after. She says we'll never find her, but we can certainly try. So, in the interest of keeping Ferelden's king alive and well, and not having the Wardens lose everything in Ferelden again, like they did before, where Duncan had to rebuild from scratch, I'm actually going to take this deal, and we'll deal with the fallout after the Archdemon is dead. Because if Ferelden loses Riordan, me and Alistair, I'm not sure what Ferelden does after that, and it's not a risk I'm willing to take. Alright, I agree. I'll do it.
A wise decision. Come, my love. Put the thoughts of the ritual aside and let us make this last night together one to remember.
She's a lights off kind of girl, is she? I absolutely adore the soundtrack to this game.
We have gathered all the forces we can.
See, the army's pretty well outfitted. Money well spent.
The Darkspawn horde is sure to reach the capital before us. And so we must race to Denerim as quickly as we can. The lives of many thousands hang in the balance. We must not forsake them. You have gathered an army to replace the one lost at Ostagar, Grey Warden. Let us pray that it will be enough.
Before us stands the might of the Darkspawn horde. Gaze upon them now, but fear them not. The man beside me is a native of Ferelden, now risen to the ranks of the Grey Wardens. He is proof that glory is within reach of us all. He has survived despite the odds, and without him, none of us would be here. Today, we save Denerim. Today, we avenge the death of my brother King Kaelan. But most of all, today, we show the Grey Wardens that we remember and honor their sacrifice. For Ferelden! For the Grey Wardens!
Told you Alistair could lead. And that's why I pick him for the face of the army. I knew he had it in him. Good lord, I love this game. This game is phenomenal. That is just one of 2,000 reasons I love this game. Alright guys, now this is actually a huge cliffhanger, but I'm going to wrap this episode here and split the Battle for Denerim into its own parts, so apologies for that, but I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the episode, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, there is a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you guys soon with more Dragon Age Origins. Take care guys, have a good day, I'll catch you real soon.